here, but we would like to particularly recognize the presence of the MD and CEO of Digital Reality, Mrs. Elsie Akiandeshola. Please let's give her a round of applause. She will be representing the chairman of the day, Apostle Folorosho Alakija, who is unavoidably absent today. We would like to welcome you, ma'am. Please come on stage. Next, I would like to recognize and call to the ITO the Deputy Director of the Industrial Development Department, Mrs. Abosede Olumiwa. She's representing the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otuba Mini Adibadesi. Also in our midst this morning, we would like to recognize the President and Chairman in Council of the Chartered Institute of Professional Artists of Nigeria, Mr. Olufemi Malomo. Please let's give him a round of applause. Is he here? I would also like to call on the President of the Nigerian Publishing Association, Honorable Uchenna Anioke. You're welcome, sir. I will call next the Executive Secretary of the Please come to the ITO as well. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a Thank you for coming. I'm also going to call Mr. Rotimi Oladele, an Associate Prof of Entrepreneurship and the past President of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, is here with us this morning. Let's give him a round of applause. President and Chairman in Council of Chartered Institute of Professional Printers, we called you earlier. Please make your way to the high table. Thank you very much. And last but not the least, of course, Pastor Tunde Obohai, the MD and CEO of PCS Integrated Services, and the reason why Nipex is here today. Let's give him a resounding applause as he comes to join us. I implore everyone to feel at home and be a part of the discussion this morning. It promises to be a time of an exciting time for our industry. There's a lot to take away from here, and I hope that you enjoy your time there. Thank you very much. Just before we take a welcome address, I would like all of us to rise up for a short word of prayer.
Heavenly Father, thank you for a time like this. Thank you for your faithfulness upon our life, for what you have been doing in our life as an industry. Thank you for the purpose of this gathering. We pray that everything that we do will glorify the name and will be of benefit to us in the name of Jesus.
This is also recognizing the arrival of Mrs. Adekemi Kiwa. Iwa, I apologize. The MD and CEO of Triple G. Let's give it up for her as she comes to the high table, please. You're welcome, madam. I will now call on Pastor Tunde Omokai to give us the welcome address.
Good morning, everybody. All protocols are never observed. I want to say I'm very excited to see this day come to pass. I'm actually something is always very happy. Determined, passionate, and committed to wherever I get to work. And when I find them not into reality, I just feel very glad in my heart and keep giving glory to God for what He's doing. And with that, I'd like to welcome to the 2022 edition of the Nigeria International Print Expo, Nipex. The theme for this year's Expo is making print business profitable again. Now, the theme of this year's conference would have come at no other time but now, considering the fact that we're just at the eve of the 2023 general election. And as the population of this country increases every year, and the number of registered voters also increasing, it just tells you the huge number of ballot papers that will be printed. And so we're here today trying to reinforce the importance of ensuring that print business truly remain in Nigeria, starting with ensuring that the contracts for the printing of ballot papers are done by Nigerian printers. And that forms the basis of which we are having this 3-day event with the theme, making print business profitable again in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, we've lined up quite a number of innovative programs to accompany the display of print products and services. Those programs include, as usual, the stakeholders conference immediately follow after the opening ceremony. And tomorrow we'll be having the Entrepreneurship and Innovative Summit. A summit specifically designed to upskill printers in modern trends of doing print business. I want every one of us to look forward to it. And on Thursday, the last day, we're going to be having the Education Summit. And this summit is targeted to those who want to improve their knowledge in print production. And ladies and gentlemen, we like these programs to enable you to maximize your visit to Nipex 2022. At this juncture, I'd like to express my profound thanks to our highly esteemed sponsors, Digital Reality, Perfect Printers, Chartered Printers Nigeria, our supporters. Our most gratitude will go to the chairperson of this opening ceremony, Apostle Florence Alakia, and the special guest of honor, special guest of honor, the Minister of Honorable Minister for Industry and Investment, Ontulani and Adebayo. They are represented here by highly esteemed ladies at this occasion because they are unavoidably absent. You agree with me that there's something happening today with the opening of or the visit of the president to the new refinery by Dangote. I think that's this year to every one of us. Now, I'd like to wish all of us a successful Nipex. Again, just before I take the lead, people ask me questions, why Nipex, why Nipex? And I keep saying that a show like this gives you the opportunity to actually position yourself properly in great business. And over the years, Nipex has also become a convergence of printers in Nigeria where printers come together and network, where printers come together and also upskill themselves. So once again, package Nipex to meet your needs. And for those exhibitors, we've done so much to ensure that not only practitioners in the industry attend this event, but also ensure that potential investors, prospective investors in business also visit this event. So I'd like to really request that we look forward to the great event while thanking all the exhibitors for their time and their resources that they have committed to exhibit. And I trust you will definitely get return on your investment. I wish you all a successful Nipex 2022 exhibition and conference. God bless you. God bless Nigeria, and God bless the Nigerian printing industry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Today. We will go to the next item on the program, which is the opening speech from the chairman. She's not available here today, but she sent in a speech, and we would listen to that. I'm sure that if she could, if it was something she could make, she's such a person that we would like to honor this event. We'll listen to her opening speech right now.
All right, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just before we do that, she has a representative here who is the MDC of Digital Reality, and I'd like us to welcome her so that she can probably explain to us and lead us through the chairperson's speech. Can we please welcome Elsie Bishop.
Very proud to be part of this exhibition, to be part of ESC Integrated. I'm here to offer the languages of observing politics for not being here. Like you already suspect, something came up and she had to really be absent. But she's saying that this was message to me, but this was from her to me. She says, and I'll share it with you. She says, my heart is here with you, and you know you mean a lot to me. And I think you deserve more than an apology. So she did record a video that we're going to play. That's her speech. So please, yes, she may not be here physically, but just know that she's here with us in spirit. And yes, thank you.
Nipex
that speech, but I think we can pick it in also from what the chairperson had said. In continuation of the program, I'd like to, at this point, recognize the presence of Dr. Johnson Anene, is the Vice President and Chairman of Abuja Trade Center. Let's give him a round of applause. You're welcome, sir. Next on the agenda is the keynote address from the President and Chairman and Council of the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria, Mr. Oludemi Malomo. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Chairperson of the represented, special guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. I would like to give a title to this address, and I titled it, "It Takes a Village." It takes a village. I want to start by congratulating my dear brother and friend, Pastor Tudio Bokai, and the entire BCS team for their consistency. That's one of the things we really like, consistency in the organization of Nipex in the midst of difficult economic challenges. My prayer is that your contribution to the upliftment of the printing industry will not go unrewarded. We are here this morning to take responsibility. Go into ourselves, our future, our business sustainability, to make printing profitable again in the face of daily daunting challenges. We can choose to give up. Some certainly will. And we can take responsibility to fight. To fight for the sustainability of our businesses. If you have no other place to go, if you have no other business to do, if printing is all that you have been doing all your life, then we must come together to find a way to make our business sustainable. We must have to endure till our situation change. And for us to endure till our situation change, it takes a village to do that. When Hillary Clinton borrowed, it takes a village, from the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, as the title of our biography. Our emphasis was on the collective resolve of the village to achieve results. We need a collective resolve of you, the stakeholders. And that will be achieved when we begin to see ourselves as a business ecosystem, where our survival, just like natural ecosystem, is interdependent on one another. We need a paradigm shift and new realities. A shift from I to us. A new narrative of thinking out of the box. Setting new rules that we maintain equilibrium, without which there will be distortion. A new narrative, not of unhealthy competition, but that of co-opetition, a fusion of competition and cooperation or collaboration, which DCS is pioneering in our industry today. Now let me explain. This is the first time that an indigenous company will collaborate with a foreign company to share resources for the promotion of the interests of both. We can see that here today, in the same hall, two different companies exhibiting together and servicing common interests. This should kind of give us a roadmap to how we can survive and make our business profitable, not by unhealthy competition, but by collaboration. I want us to therefore give a round of applause to DCS for this. I hope this will also set the stage for a robust discussion and thinking out of the box. For those of us that are looking to improve a lot by buying equipment, there are people here exhibiting, and I'm sure you will also be able to get a very good deal, because when you buy during an exhibition, it's always very good. For the stakeholders conference, I look forward to a discussion on the workability of aggregation of small businesses located all over the country in concentrated areas like Shomolu, where everybody will begin to see themselves as a single entity. I see a future whereby the people in the area in Abuja and all over the nation will come together, form a very great bond that nobody will be able to break. I look forward to a situation where the cluster system that the Institute has initiated will begin to work for all of us towards profitability. The truth is that our dreams and aspirations cannot become fruitful without rules and regulation. So just like in natural ecosystem, there are rules and there are regulations being supervised by nature. To make our business ecosystem work, the Chartered Institute of Operational Printers of Nigeria, SIPO, serves as the regulator to maintain rules, so that the rules we have set for ourselves will be able to live by it and will be able to create equilibrium. It is the discussion of equilibrium that brings in a lot of issues that erode profits from our industry. I want to watch all the stakeholders to stop by at the Institute stand to familiarize yourself with the working of the regulator. For those of us that are yet to register our business with SIPO, I also want to urge you to do so in everyone's best interest. When we are registered, we know ourselves. When we are registered, we can create a level that our business will not continue to be an all-commerce affair. wish everybody the best at this exhibition, and I pray that all of us will take good advantage of this to better our world. Take time to make friends, take time to network, take time to begin to think out of the box, take time to collaborate, take time to share resources. Because in doing this, our business can only be better for it. Don't leave Chartered Institute of National Printers of Nigeria. Long live the printing industry. Long live Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President and Chairman in Council of the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria. I don't know if anyone in collaboration between the President of CPON and the chairperson of today, because the messages were pretty much like the same. It's as if they had a peek into each other's notes somehow. Mommy was talking about collaboration. She has said that we can't survive with doing things by ourselves, and it's the same exact thing that he came here to say. So you know, the spirit is one, is the trend of the time, is what we have to do. Once again, please let me help me to appreciate the President of CPON. At this point in time, I'm going to call on the representative of the Honorable Minister of Industry and Trade and Investment, Mrs. Apostle Olumuyiwa, to give us the speech on behalf of the Minister. You're welcome, ma'am.
So for this job, an opening remark that the Honorable Minister, Minister of Industry and Investment, October, which are Academy Yadwaya, on the occasion of the second edition of Nigerian International Printers, Nipex 2022. All protocols will be observed. I am highly honored and delighted to be part of the second edition of the Nigerian International Printers with the team making print business profitable. Let me start by congratulating the conveners of this event, which I was told to project the Nigerian print industry for investment and employment opportunities directly and indirectly. Ladies and gentlemen, having realized the impact of the maiden edition, whereby the array of participants and events from all over the world, we are particularly happy to partner with you in this second edition, knowing very well that the printing and graphic industry in Nigeria has great potential for job creation, wealth creation, poverty alleviation, and revenue generation. To this end, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is desirous of supporting this important industry through actions such as the development of a sector-specific policy for the printing and graphic industry. It is expected that the Nigerian International Printers 2022 will be a step towards opening the doors of endless possibilities and solutions to the challenges that have plagued the printing and graphic industry in Nigeria for a long time. One of the challenges is the moribund paper industry, which the Federal Ministry of Industry and Investment is committed to addressing through the formulation of the national policy for all paper industry. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's been interesting to note that the annual importation of paper and other inputs in the printing and graphic industry amounts to hundreds of millions of naira, which constitutes a huge drain on the economy, and this is a strength which the ministry is committed to addressing. Distinguished stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to invite the participants to bring pragmatic solutions to the challenges of the sector, as EFIT is open to suggestions, contributions, and advices that will fast-track the development of the entire value chain of the printing and graphic industry in Nigeria. On this note, I, on behalf of the ministry, thank you all for your kind attention. I wish you fruitful benefactions and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I can only say that, having that speech from the minister, we are very ready to collaborate. We are actually very ready to deliberate and have them make decisions that would affect our industry. Thank you very much, Anna. The agenda now is the pausing of the tape to declare the event open, after which we're going to have a tour around the exhibition ground. And in order to be able to do that effectively, I would invite members of the ITable to take the lead, please. After the touring, we would have an hour break in between and be back here so that we can continue the next session. So please, if you would, would like you to do us the honors of cutting the tape. After they have left, the others can join them. Madam will have you for us. The rest of us can congratulate as well and give us service. Once again, please, thank you very much. We will just from here proceed to touring the exhibition ground. Please keep an open mind, explore, and Juliet is also touring. This is the stand of Juliet. First of all, this is the stand of technology global services limited. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Technology Global Services. We are one print shop for the dealers for printing equipment. We sell different printing equipment and we represent major partners like the Acton, the M&R, the Zycon, Polyprint from Grace, and also Zanzi. We have a special success for casing today our direct garments that can put directly on t-shirt cutting. It's more than t-shirt printing actually. The machine is there. And we are also showcasing our moving print shop. This is Print Wakadonko. You can take this all around for exhibitions, pop-up shop, different to campuses, to showcase. And this is our equipment that is showing now. This is the equipment we're showcasing and it prints directly on fabric. And we also have the label equipment that prints your stickers for your product. You know, but packaging is the in thing now. So we have things that will showcase what you do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Technology Global. Thank you. So this time it's not difficult to do short runs anymore.
No!
Just take it anywhere. Beautiful. Thank you.
My name is Patricia Ojo. I represent Promoprints. So Promoprints is a one-stop shop where and we provide everything from start to finish, from graphics to monograph to screen printing to fonts to and logistics and deliver wherever we have in Nigeria. And what we're trying to promote is production within Nigeria because we're not doing enough of that. So what we can get, we are grateful. Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So we are
Vassant family of presses. Vassant family of presses, like what we have behind you. And we equally have a Nipex. Nipex is a product that does beyond CNYK. 6 colors at a time in a single pass. That's Nipex. It's been launched in Nigeria and we have a product also with our customers in Nigeria as well. For people that want to have a taste of how printing press package should be like, then we have the Vassant family of presses, like what is displayed behind me here. Okay? It's talking about whatever you can design, however the conceptualizer will have imagined it, and you will design it, whatever you can see on the screen is what the machine will do. It just more said that this computer products are 300%, happy to 200% when they are doing very this machine for that is all of that whatever computer do. And we have so much observation in this machine. This is what this for the operators for the user. That is the kind of mind about this machine. When you have this and there's not just going to be
We are at Display Giants and they are here to tell us what they do, the offers they have for the event.
They all. You're welcome to our stand, Display Giants. Okay, our stand Display Giant, we're basically into promotional items. We sell displays. It's like the gazebo. Everything here is what we do. From the gazebo to the promo tables, magazine wrap, tabletop products, very specific instruments for wires or menus. So that's basically what we do here.
So when we're thinking of displays, outdoors,
What do you mean outdoors?
artists, having parties.
Yes. This can be used, but we have the bigger size. What about these? But we have a bigger size.
Because of the space. We wish you a very successful outing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Exact Solution Limited. We have the MD to tell us what they do.
Allow the dignitaries to pass.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I greet my guests here. Exact Solution represent manufacturers, the leading brands, printing, offer the complete solution from printers. We are representing screen. Screen is Japanese. Screen is Italian manufacturer. Then also printing and power, producing machinery that prints something that all of us our comments. 93% 3% of the world's currency are printed on Queen and Power machines. We're also known as
Chinese logo.
some 4 years ago. It also represents MBO. MBO manufactures food. Represent as well Perfecta. Perfecta manufactures cotton, paper cotton, other paper handling, pile turners, joggers, and paper logistics. We represent as well Muto. Muto is a Japanese brand manufacturing wide format printing machines. So printing of display, most of the displays you have here are printed on wide format machines. We represent as well Meccano Tecnico. It's an Italian brand that manufactures masks. Most people know masks, not the brand, not the manufacturer. Aspa is the most popular brand of represent as well Luz and Jensen. Luz and Jensen manufactures developers that work without the CCP. Apart from the brands we represent, we add value. Exact solutions is made up of many engineers. So for the brands we represent, we have the capacity to install all of them. If you're familiar with going to sheet fed machines, you know how big they are. But Nigerian engineers here can install 5-color printing machines, 6-color printing machines from A to Z.
And Mr. Ifeanyi's stand is right here, so that you can still attend to people and give you all the details. Thank you very much.
Went to Europe and BBC. He wasn't in a hurry to settle. That is the background of that facility.
Friday.
Thank you, Kaisa. Next up is Jiffy. Jiffy, are you ready for us? Okay, so we can go.
Hello?
Sarah, it's nice to have you. Please, in 10 seconds, just tell us a little bit about what you do. Then we'll come back to this. You're addressing them by the back. Code lamination, huh?
Yes, code lamination. That's for printers and photographers. So it's very easy to use. You can use it without even laminating machine.
Please share your flyers, perhaps.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Just give some and then the password. Thank you very much, Sarah. This is something that please can you let's make room for media people. Let's make room for the English. Okay, so this is let's come back to technology. Yes, okay, it's nice to have you here. So we're in a time of technology, global manufacturing. Instead of everything, because this is the tell the passion in the So the next time your screen person tells you there is no song to Expo, this is already put in here. And tell us about the cost of that. Yeah, that's straight here. Okay, so quality, I can tell you all about this one. How long will it take? Just 1 week.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're very successful out there. Let's talk to Malay now. What should be coming?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Get this? Yes, sir.
Yes. That's our new product.
See, Mama.
Yes.
Mama?
You are giving great solutions to the We are a solution provider for printers. We stock the highest range of sublimation products. Sublimation is something that you can print on, it doesn't remove or that brings. Yes, for example, this book is a white book, and we have printed the states of the country, all the states in Nigeria and the world. You can use it for educational purposes or promotional. We also sell transfer papers. We have like a brand and breweries, which is a local non-oil. Breweries that our office is one-stop shop for small printers. You can only do as things as 500 and that is it. I have a printer, we also have a wonderful for just for people who use school and they're looking for something to do. You can start Thank you so much. Thank you and welcome to our stand. Thank you. I'll bring it. I'll follow you.
Everything within the office space, do large format, do lesser cut. So you have things like this and we have cut all substrates, metal, wood, metal, glass, anything. And then we do sheds. We print on all surfaces, all. By the time we start printing on the man, we are so we do parts, and then the beauty of this is it doesn't wash. So we do this, we do the stone, one of stone, and we do black format. So everything within the space of printing. And but the thing that brings us out is the quality. I mean, before now you say you want to print abroad, but with digital reality you don't have to bother. You don't have to go through logistics and all of that. You can print it here and get it delivered in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa. You have to do it better than what we are waiting. So thank you. The very best. Thank you. It's in the back.
Very Again, I'd like to welcome Mr. Rotimi Oladele. Welcome, sir. This is also calling on like to have him on the high team. For that error in my pronunciation, I'm so sorry. In continuation of this session, Mrs. Adebi Pegiwa to give us all protocol observed. It is my pleasure to welcome all the eminent speakers, guest present, and all print industry stakeholders to the shareholders conference of the International Print Expo, with the team making print business profitable again as a major focus for today's gathering. A lot has been said in the morning session, so just need to. First and foremost, I want to thank the organizers of Nipex, this year's Integrated Media Limited, for putting this conference together. I pray that your unalloyed contribution through various activities to promote the growth of this print business in Nigeria will not go unrewarded. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no better time to talk about making print business profitable again after such a ravaging global pandemic that impacted negatively on print businesses, resulting in an unprecedented increase in price of all our major raw materials, especially paper, because that's the major material for all of us, which we are yet to recover from. The unavailability of forex has been the Achilles heel of industry players trying to muster out the drive to fortune. Most people are being pushed to getting forex from autonomous ways, the black market. So it has really eroded our profit margin. The current unabated increase in the cost of diesel that is not only threatening our profit but also the very existence of our businesses is also worthy of note. I am expecting that the stakeholders conference will be able to come up with a blueprint that can be presented to government. Something has to give way if they don't want all the print industry to collapse. Because I know what is going on and I know that we are not even surviving. I am expecting that. I also want to join my voice to the industry campaign. Let Nigeria printing job remain in Nigeria as one of the ways to profitability. This is no longer a time for any of us to play the ostrich, nor just engage in the rhetoric of mere talk, but a time for us to come together to find a solution or to find solutions to our common challenges by taking it beyond mere talk. This stakeholders meeting is therefore a good point of convergence for constructive, honest, and objective contributions to talks that will move us forward. Ladies and gentlemen, printing business, our business, your business, my business, must be made profitable again for our common survival. I wish you all a successful Nipex 2022 stakeholders conference. Thank you all for your time and God bless you all. God bless the Nigerian printing industry. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause one more time. Without much ado, we're just going to go into the next item on the agenda, which is a paper presentation on the theme making print business profitable again, and this paper will be delivered by none other than Dr. Rotimi Oladele himself. Let's give him a resounding applause as he comes to give us this presentation. You're welcome, sir.
is a very big family, Nigerian printing and publishing. I want to talk in three capacities for a very few minutes. One as a printer, two as a teacher, and three as a Nigerian. Starting from the title of this conference, academically I want to quarrel with the title. We know it's normal in academics, we don't agree. There must be very strong superior arguments before you can say this topic is valid. When you say making print business profitable again, I have two quarrels. Quarrel number one, print business does not cover printing business. That's my first quarrel. Because print is a derivative of the process called printing. So if we are making the business of print profitable, what happens to all other elements of printing that we did not capture? I don't know whether I'm communicating. So it's better we now say that making printing business profitable again. Then if we do that, we will be fulfilling the law of inclusiveness. So everybody is already brought into the family. But there is no way printing can survive without publishing. There's no way publishing can survive without printing. There's no way printing and publishing can survive without pre-press. There's no way pre-press can survive without the two. There's no way graphic production and design can survive without all the one we have mentioned. So that is my quarrel number one. If you are, for those who are, for, let's say I, those who are against, let's say nay. The I have it. My second quarrel is the word again, profitable again. Why do we say so? It therefore means there was a time printing business was what? Profitable. The time somebody will cut 64 only, we put it down, 201 machine, we put it down, and we smile to the bank, and we do foundation of the second house. Yes. In the other street, you remember? It was profitable. The time when super color at Makori, we produce the color calendars and diary for federal government of Nigeria without printing in India or China. We were profitable. The time that all the printing presses in Showolu will take a whole bundle of books like Bible, share it among themselves, and get finished supplement for delivery overnight. It was profitable enough for all of us. So what happened? Why no longer profitable? The number one thing there is policy failure, which is part of leadership failure. When you bring paper in, we pay 30% duty. When you bring in finished goods, products that are done elsewhere in, we pay 0 duty. So instead of the other way around, policy. So that bitter pill of policy killed profitability and even sustainability. Then another one is the law. If you look at the law, empowering the print business is so weak and exclusive, and of course, it became a suicidal pill for the economy. Why? Education via instructional materials depends 99.9% on printing. Yes or no? Yes. Administration, whether civil, democratic or military, depend on the papers, forms, envelopes, cards, files, all the correspondences and invoices in governance, LPO, custom paper. Everything depends on printing. Then our transportation, haulage, logistics business depends on what paper. Even now that we are talking of paperless era, if you stand up and you start emptying your pocket, the content of each person's content here, minimum of 30-40% will be what? Paper. All these, we now put it in the hand of foreigners. Nigerians who are direct importers of paper are very, very few. They are secondary importers, but they don't have enough volume of money and volume of stock that can make them independent importers. They have to rely on another person to join another person to join another because before they do it. Thirdly, those who have money abroad, wrongly or illegally, to bring in the money in, they have to do money laundering through what? Through paper importation. And because of that, we find ourselves in an unregulated or badly regulated paper supply chain. The printing business chain, the value chain of printing business, became unprofitable before you even strike your machine. Because when you take a job to print the pamphlet of this program, 24 pages, 1,000 copies, yesterday, price was 30 naira per copy. And you wake up this morning, it becomes 38 naira per copy. You come back next Monday, it's now 45 naira per copy. So only people can gamble very well and now left in doing business well in printing. If you are not a gambler, you may not make it, you will not make profit. Because you have to palm 3 from 4. And then you now say it's 12 or it's 10. Because success in printing depends on estimation. Estimation is the process of ensuring that there is adequate return on all the production efforts taken over time, over process, over collaboration, over configuration, and over fixing and production. If you look at that process alone, it is quite very, very challenging. And when you already got a defeat from a battle you are yet to commence, you rest your case. Between 1997 and now, scientifically researched but not officially published, early death in occupational engagement in Nigeria, including printing press, increased by 17% due to inflation purpose. And out of this 17% of debt we are recording, unfortunately, we have 9% belonging to printing related businessmen. People die young, die ahead of their time. Why? Because the business depends on highly uncertain criteria, uncertain features. And government is helpless because we are not putting printing as a priority sector. I used to tell my colleagues, go to any bank today, you see a big sector, oil and gas sector. Even somebody is having only 1 drum of petrol when he wants to get account open account in the bank. He says it's in oil and gas. They quickly rush him. You go to any bank and show me the printing desk, the publishing desk. You can't find any. But look at the mistake. Printing is 99.9% import dependent. Where do we buy our ink? Where do we get them from? I want answer for this question. Plate, machine, ink, finishing products, lamination material. If you are doing 99.9% import dependency, and the bank does not have a space for you, you should know you can be profitable. Because it means there is a very thick belt of intermediaries doing it on your behalf, and that was scaling up the cost. Look at aviation industry last month. When aviation fuel hit them and there was a problem, they ran themselves and said, let's meet government. What did they demand? They didn't demand for bring the price down. No. Give us license to import aviation fuel directly for consumption and operations of our business. If today, government, because of incapability to resuscitate our paper mills, if they give SIPON and the Publishing Association and NUPRO members license to import paper directly and cut off all these intermediaries, these foreigners who are brokers of paper, and then money launderers who are using paper to save their money. Offline, you will be surprised. Our business is in the hand of quacks, the hand of hijackers, and of course, there is Boko Haram in printing chain. They are the foreigners and the foreign Nigerians who have a lot of money to launder to bring. They are the Boko Haram of the printing industry. And until we fight them, until we create a united front to fight, not to fight government. We have other enemies to fight before government. Government needs help, not fight. But those enemies need to be fought. I was helping Nigeria to do these papers in 1999 to year 2002. We had the Association of Newspaper Providers in Nigeria. We agreed we should be importing our paper and our paper for ourselves. Those who succeeded in doing were able to save 38% cost of production. Those who failed to do could not produce their papers. It's a tested exercise. We can repeat it in the total sector of printing and publishing. If the publishers bring in paper, impression, running and finishing will cost less because we have their paper. Then if the printers themselves now have paper, other jobs that we are not doing now can be done. Because there are so many kinds of papers that we cannot get in this country because those people knew if they bring it, they won't make maximum profit. They will refuse to bring it. That is why they peg us to certain type of paper. Some jobs we do here with borrow 80 grand, 100 grand, 80 grand. When you go to other countries, you see special paper we use for them. Because they have the leverage of equilibrium prices, which we don't have. It is high time we got it right that all printers, all publishers, all authors, all graphic artists, all designers, all pre-press experts, software engineers, we need to form a formidable chain, family chain, as an industry to stand by, advise government, support government, argue with government, and also fight the printing and publishing Boko Harams. I was asking the president a question a few minutes ago. Have you got in touch with printers who are in National Assembly? But we have them there. Now that they are making millions in politics, they will hide their identity and hide their head. You can't find them now. But they are not ready to do anything for you free of charge. They are not ready. So that's why But we need to fish them out and challenge them. But when they will leave that house after 8 years and come out, some of them, when they make the money, they come back and say they want to set up printing press. It is high time we disallow non-professionals dictating terms to us in this industry. We just have to. And of course, if we must do, what are the steps to be taken? We must build a structure. Our structure should be able to provide very, very assuring quality succession. Our future must be determined by the structure we are putting on ground. Professional education is key. The challenges of professional printers of Nigeria must be in the forefront of our joint collaboration with tertiary institutions to set up more printing departments in polytechnics and universities, even at the government technical colleges, so that we can have artisans, technologies, and professional printers and administrators. When we build that structure, we have our academic unit as the professional body. We have our curriculum, which is to be reviewed and certified by the tertiary supervisory bodies, National Board for Technical Education and NUC, the Nigerian University Commission. Then we will be able to pump out quality personnel that can push this sector at all levels. So if we have somebody with PSC technology printing or HND technology printing, and he finds himself in the National Assembly, he will not forget his constituency. And if you look at some other sector, that is what they do. Then they celebrate their people in governance. They sponsor them, they push them, and they know what comes. Even in US, the #1 democracy in the world, there are lobby and advocacy groups who promote sectors. I knew of one particular senator that was sponsored by cigarette manufacturers in the US. And why? They said they should ban smoking in the public place. And he went to the house and said that, why are you banning smoking? People who smoke are adults. They chose their own lifestyle. So if they decide to smoke and kill themselves earlier than they should die, we are put on the cigarette. Smoking may make you die young. But they saw it, they read it, and they are still smoking. So why are you bothering yourself about them? Leave them. Let them enjoy their liberty. But don't allow anybody who is under 21 to smoke. So we have, and they said, cigarette manufacturers were able to give scholarship of $70 million to our young ones last year. They planted 40 million trees to stop erosion. Such a good company, should we kill them? The answer was no. And then the cigarette manufacturer continued their business. We are not cigarette manufacturers, we are printing service providers. So we are better a lot. We need sponsors, we need advocacy, and we need to ensure we build on it. The second thing to do is to ensure that we partner with the government. And when we are partnering with the government, we go with superior arguments in our hand. We don't go like protesters do on the street. When we get, yes, the government must go, the senator must go. Like when they ask why, then because he has married the third wife, he put our money. That is not a superior argument. But when you say yes, we told him before he left that we needed 4 boreholes in this local government. This is the 4th year. He has not sunk just 1 borehole. That is valid superior argument. The printing sector must garner superior argument to challenge the government. How many of us are ready to put money down if we are to buy a particular mill? Because I remember during privatization, government advertised a lot of organizations for privatization. Nigerians rush at oil and gas. They rush at other sectors. Nobody rush at paper. Even we that were in the business, we didn't do. Our leaders then did not see the need. So if we run that, we need also a system. The system that can flow through our structure and give us expanded employment. How? Nigeria should be tired of buying Tokubo printing machines. All of them are here now represent. How many machines do you see on ground that they brought? And you have gone to other exhibitions abroad. You will see them bringing the machine 2-3 months before exhibition. So you can see it running. And the reason why they are not ready to transfer technology, they are only ready to take your money. So why can't we, as family of the printing chain, set a standard of acquisition of technology? Item number 1, companies that are ready to sell brand new machines at the following time, 30% deposit and the 70% spread over 5 or 7 or 10 years. There are some new machines that they are testing. They will prefer to give it to us to test as a test package. I ran a press for 17 years until last year. Since after my first 5 years, in the remaining 12 years, I was busy getting machines from manufacturers at special terms rather than buying Tokubo machines. And I'm happy that young man we met the other time, George, is here. He facilitated some of these purchases. I bought machines from Japan. Yes, finishing machine, brand new. Most of them pay their money off after 3 years, rather than buying it. Don't be afraid. Take the challenge. Try it. Then we are now at the level of collaboration. Small and medium enterprises cannot grow without collaboration. 2 printers, 3 printers, 4 printers should merge, get together, buy a new machine instead of Tokubo. Do a production schedule. This machine will service, this is okay for January. I will use it for February. God bless you, use it for March. On rotational basis, it's done. Let the place where the machine is be paid for by the 3 or 4 of you. You can be sure your productivity, your profitability will be more. I'm sure that I have very limited time, and you know when you give professors microphone, you are the one who calls your highlight. Okay, well, thank you for listening.
We can do better than that for profit. Thank you very much, and that's been very, very insightful. I don't know whether printers are ready for these things that you say. In fairness, you know, caution on the role of stakeholders in actualizing the goal of print business staying in Nigeria. Okay, you want to ask questions? Printing business. Correction taking. Printing business, because that is very, very profound. It's not just prints, it's printing business. Everything on the value chain is what we'll cover here. I think for the questions, we're going to have to, let's take the discussion first, and then we can put all our questions together and do it at the same time. So, in order for us to go direct into the discussion, I'm going to call some more special guests amongst us to come join the table. Juliet, can you please arrange for more chairs to come here, if we can do that? I'd like to call our mom in print, Princess Layo Okewoma. Please come to the table. Let's give her a resounding applause as she comes, please. I'd also like to call the first Vice President of the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria, Comrade Babajide Salakosu. Please join this discussion. We're trying to have a very robust discussion this afternoon. You're welcome, sir. So I think on the table now we have yes, we have a varied knowledge, you know, a very source of knowledge to pick from. Because we have Supon seated here, we have the Nigerian Publishers Association seated here, we have representatives of the Ministry of Industry and Trade seated here. So the discussion this afternoon is going to go around the role of each one of us, everyone seated here, and maybe those not seated here as well. As we continue to discuss, we can bring them in. What should be the role of stakeholders in making sure that Nigerian printing jobs remain in Nigeria and it is profitable? Prof has already, Dr. Oladele has already said some things that are very salient for us. But maybe individually with the discussants, we can actually pick out on things that we know that based on our contribution in this print business or print industry, can work to make sure that printing is profitable and that our jobs remain in the country. Jobs will be opened by the President and Chairman in Council of the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria, being the regulator of the industry. I'm going to let him open the floor with that discussion and then we will proceed from there. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I think the first thing we need to do is for all of us to agree that we need one another. If we are able to do that we need one another to survive, we need one another for sustainability. You know, over the years, Doctor has taken us through a journey of 30 years. Over the years, we coexist in a lot of harmony. But because of, I don't want to say greed, because of the fact that some people or some group suddenly had an advantage that has disrupted the harmony. Now, when we talk about Nigeria job remaining in Nigeria, we can look at two, three key things. One is the issue of security printing. Two is the issue of goods that we print. Once upon a time, before you beg, and that's also a kind of regulation. When you beg, you pay, government made a lot of money available for books to be published. And all of a sudden, Nigerian printers were not good enough. And I recall that prior to beg, just like the doctor also mentioned, even the publishers import paper and they bring it to our presses so that we can print for them. So where we are now, if anything happens in Nigeria, all the parties involved in the value chain of printing in Nigeria, we don't cooperate. What is going to happen is that all the money we are making, when you make that money, we are going to spend it on something else. For instance, when we go out to print abroad, people on the inside don't have job to do. You are going to begin to breed a lot of insecurity. And when you are doing that, you now need, for you to enjoy the money that you make from printing abroad, you now need to spend that money on addressing the issue of insecurity. Look at our budget in the last 10 years. Compare the budget of education side by side with defense. You will discover that we spend more on defense now than on education. You know, that's the equilibrium that was distorted that I was talking about in the morning. So all of us, we don't have any other country except for those that have. We need to sit down together, particularly for people that are getting to the, sorry that I want to appeal to our emotion debate, to the twilight of our life. If you are getting to the twilight of your life, you need to look at it that, look, I have to do something. If I cannot return the country to where I met it, let me do something to influence so that my singular action, innocent action aimed at making money will not deprive others, not of making money, but of surviving. I think I'm possible.
Thank you very much, sir. And what we've been hearing from the president of the Nigerian Publishers Association answer that. Why are publishers on one side and printers seem to be on one side? What is the reason that we're not able to collaborate, sir?
Thank you very much. Let me thank you for inviting me, and by extension, the Nigerian publishers. I'm here, and the State Secretary is here. That tells you the importance we attach to this invitation. We agreed as a body that we can't do it alone. Therefore, we think that together we can. Together we can. No sector, no, the printers can't do it alone, the publishers cannot do it alone, the writers cannot do it alone, the booksellers cannot do it alone, the press guys cannot do it alone. There's just no way if we continue in our separate efforts to achieve sectoral success, we can do that. So what we do, we need to realize that not one group can do it alone. The realization that an injury against one is an injury against all of us. That being the case, since I became president a year and 3 months ago, one thing we've done is to have a robust relationship with the booksellers. Because we have this cat and mouse thing, publishers and booksellers, accusing themselves of one thing or another. And I can speak of authority today that the publishers and the booksellers are almost getting this right. We need to do the same thing with the printers. We need to do that with the printers. And in doing that, there should be a head count. Unfortunately, I do not want to assume that everybody who has a machine is a genuine printer. Because one of the biggest ills within the publishing industry is piracy. And without sound analysis, the only way the people that aid the pirates are the printers. Even though some of our members also kickstart the process. So we need to have a robust alliance with the printers. In that way, we'll find those who are on their register in every part of Nigeria. So when we want to work, when we want to print, we know who are going to. Look, who mentioned the effect? Was it the problem or was it himself? Yeah, that's the biggest threat. Publishers get contracts from the web. And I'm worried that quite a couple of us go outside to print. What we need to direct our minds that we can be done here is possible, we can do it here. And the only way we can do it here is collaborate. If you know, sometimes have 4 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion contracts coming to, well, a group of people. I don't know how many printers will get that. So, if publishers and printers have a working strategic relationship, I think we can go further. But beyond that, the last point is that all the partners in the book chain must come together. Yesterday I spoke with the DG of Nigerian Copyright Commission, and we were agreed that there's a need for a stakeholder summit. Let me give you a tip of that. 2 years ago, we did a reading about publishers and SEC, 20 containers of printed materials. It was like fighting Boko Haram. Because that race was expensive. That race was like the battlefield. We have to go to the warehouses, confiscate them, took them to overhead. And some people are not safe doing that. Prof mentioned Boko Haram. And I've said that those, both in government, unfortunately, who make policies that make printing expensive, the actions are Boko Haram. the actions are simply Boko Haram because they are doing what? They are saying no to Western education by their policy. Now, what we have said is that we have this summit. We can speak with one voice. We can talk to government with one voice. We can have a synergy working together. So if we're going to announce a press conference, the publisher will be there, the printers will be there, the booksellers will be there, the librarians will be there, and all of us will be there. So we cannot do it alone. When we go it alone, government will not take us seriously. So let me pause here for now.
So the discussion is moving around the issue of policy making then. It's moving towards government. I'm going to let Princess Layo Kells please talk to us now because I know she's been involved in a lot of issues concerning paper and all of that. So while we're taking care of the part of publishers and printers, taking care of copyright issues and all that, how about the back end of the paper data, consumables and all those things that we're talking about? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I stand on knowledge system protocol. My own personal view is just pure economics, law of demand and supply. Dollar, everybody wants a dollar. And when we look at 95% of what we, both printers, publishers, converters, what we use, they are all imported. So what do we do? What is our solution? Backward integration. I know trying to borrow a leaf from what Professor said, that we feel that buying new machines is a lot of money. We are very, very rich. And I envy us as Nigerians because we are rugged. Even with what is happening in Nigeria now, for us to still be in business, we are rich. We deserve to clap for ourselves. Where I'm trying to drive at is that whatever we do, we need paper. Having paper, years back, a lot of investors ran away from paper because of the gestation period. I don't want us to go technical here, but I'll make it as simple as ABC. In the sense that it takes 12 years gestation period for the myliners, which is huge, to make paper. I'm not a researcher, but researchers have proved that there are other species that can make paper now, which the gestation period is just about 6 months, like the kenaf. Let's come together. If you have 500,000, if you have 1 million, if you have 200,000, let's come together as clusters. Let's get small paper mills that can even produce as little as 50 tons a day. With the likes of maybe around $5 million, we can get clusters to make small paper mills. And if we have our paper in Nigeria, all the Chinese, all the Brazilians, the people making our paper, they will come here to buy paper from us. Imagine if we can have like 200 paper mills in Nigeria. Our capacity might not be much, but at least the local consumption that we have here, you know, at least I think about a quarter of our budget is being used to import paper into Nigeria. So paper is a very, very important thing in printing and publishing. Yes, I know that publishers now, some of them are going online, but paper is very, very important. Even in Europe, where technology started, they still use paper. So don't let us be discouraged. Let us form clusters. Let us have our own paper mills in Nigeria. And we can get portfolio managers. You don't have to give Mrs. Okewo your money. No. We can come together. Sipon too can arrange it. I mean, what is on ground now is a case of survival. So anybody can arrange it. We can get portfolio managers to manage my own fund, his own funds, Prof's fund. We come together and we buy a paper mill. We bring it to our country. We use our own backward integration. You cannot believe it. As simple as our ewedu, we can use it to make paper. As simple as our waste food, we can use it to make paper. So let's start somewhere, and I'm sure paper business will be profitable again. If I have to borrow a new sequence.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That's really very interesting to know that if we really put our hearts to it, we can do something. But then again, I'm going to go to Mr. Bosedi right now, because all of us are here thinking it's through and all of that. The role of government is to help us. It's for you to give us an enabling environment to even be able to start something or put something on ground. So I want to have your take, ma'am. What would the Ministry of Trade and Investments do for printers or paper manufacturers and all of that? We have all of these ideas put together, but how will you make the environment enabling for us to be able to actually implement some of these things and protect our interests?
It's an interesting thing, and the graphic industry has vision with the paper industry. So what we notice about this is that as large as the industry is, employing millions, and basically the habit of the ministry is to create jobs for our teams. You know that the graphic and printing industry employs millions of people along all its value chain. Not to talk about paper that has the ability to employ much more. So we notice that. So we know that if there is no policy in place to protect a sector, then it becomes an all-comers affair. So that is what we've been battling with, trying to have a policy for paper, and all what she suggested. Those are all the things. Policy is something that everything that you feel will make the sector survive will be embedded in it. Even this, and the person handling the printing and graphic industry is not around, so I came with him. So we brought up a policy, but the policy is not, basically it starts with a zero draft policy in the ministry before we now throw it out to the industry to get your inputs. What is you that is affected? What do you do to make it? But you know that when it comes to government, it's a little bit, I don't know, will I say slow? And right now, we have to throw it up to our superiors. We've been on their neck that we need a zero policy. They've agreed for the paper industry. We are on it. But printing, we'll be pushing it. We need a policy for this industry. And I don't know, maybe you people will have to form a pressure group to push right, give us a policy for this sector. So that let them know that what we're not just doing, we're not just saying these people need a policy. let them know that it's coming from you. Paper they know because there's pressure from everywhere about paper and about policy. And then all the things you mentioned, there are those things that will be encompassed in the policy. Even for the printing, maybe that they should be the printer should be that means they should be like printing jobs shouldn't be way outside. All those those are things that will come into a printing policy. You know, if there is a policy. So the main thing is like a roadmap. A policy is like a roadmap. How to develop, how to take us from where we are to where we want to be. So basically, I know we are trying to do this, but we need, for that printing, we need a push. Right? You know, paper, they've been supporting us, you understand, writing, but paper now, everybody is aware of it and we need paper policy. And they know, our superiors. But right now, printing and graphic industry does need a policy, which is very, very key. And we started with a zero policy, but we need further push for that to go.
I'm going to let Comrade Bushi say something because I mean we're talking about pressure groups and everything right now. So this is a good time to have the president of NUPRO say something or two. Okay, so
thank you very much, panelists, and my group that presented the first paper. Very, very encouraging, and it's something that all of us here will take home. Number one, on the area of you mentioned the pressure group. Yeah, it is very, very true that printing has become an all-commerce affair. And it is so, and that's what has led to the fact that today we are not making gain or making profit. Now, it's so bad because the printers themselves left it, to the hands of the quacks, to the hands of the Boko Haram and Bob said, and today people are taking it away from us. But I think that the time has come, as living for our younger ones and all of us who are here and in the profession, we will need to rise. We must know our rights. The problem we have with Nigerians is that Nigerians are docile human beings. We are docile. Even when we are dying, when they are putting all the forces or matching on the throat, we say we don't want to die. And there is no man that can go to heaven, without dying. Except you go back to the Bible, when you have this. So if we are going to reclaim that we belong to us, we must be ready to die. Number one, we are here by the grace of God, there's Sipon, there's NUPRO. That again has given us a very strong, platform and a synergy for us to be able to fight government at this particular time to regain that belongs to us. One of the problems we have is that you see government in Nigeria never bother or knew that printing is one of the best platforms where we can have jobs that will go around every youth in this country and that will reduce the issue of insecurity, kidnapping, whatever they are calling it. And I say so from experience. Going back some 28-30 years ago, we discovered that when the issue of the NDE came, we began to train some printers, youth who came, from secondary school, were trained, and some of them today are, surviving through that training. That alone reduced, the pressure of, unemployment. Because once somebody is trained professionally, this is the only profession that I know, very lucrative is a profession that you can have your clean money to eat. Because, like Prof said earlier, if you understand estimation and the job is given to you, you will estimate in a way that at the end of the day, you make gain. And when you make gain, you're going to survive. It's not the issue of saying you are committed fraud by collecting money or by duping government or government has given you a job to do that you now say I want the money. But in this case, it's a clean one. Especially if you know the job, you understand the costing, put in the estimation and then you move on. So we need to come to form that pressure group. If you say you don't want to die, you know, sometime in Israel, we went there and the evidence is in Palestine. They began to write on their gate and said, we resist to exist. We resist to exist. That's what I'm telling you. If they didn't resist, they will not exist. And that's why they build a very tall wall. So that when you come, you pass through the gate when they will see you. You can't just pass anywhere to enter. I think printers in Nigeria today, we need to resist so that we can exist. And we need to face government. Because we must face government. Because we must make noise. Because we must tell government that there is a profession that from Adam has been existing before all other professions. Today we speak as a printer, without a printer. One who spoke to us now first told you that it's a printer. He told you how it started. Now there is no institution that we will go ahead today to teach people without having a printer print for them to read. There is no one. Today in the publishing sector, like in the newspaper industry, for us to be able to read, even though we are not online today, but we cannot eliminate the hard copy. For us to be able to have news to read, they must do what? A printer. There is no way the journalist will just write on paper with their ink and you take it to the paper stand to sell. So printing must be made to be profitable again, and we must all rise up. What are the issues? You heard us about collaboration. Why? Because most people who don't understand costing or estimation, who don't jump into the printing, their quacks, that they go around we are referring to, because I call them portfolio printers, those ones will just come and they see the job collector and someone say, I want to survive. No, we don't want you to survive in that way. When you collect a job, you cannot do a proper costing because you want to have a peanut so that you can survive. No, this is not a profession for you to come and think that you can just treat it that way. It's a profession that is for those who are professionally trained. Today, let me tell you, some few 29, 30 years back, when we were those in the pre-press in the Lato Action were using our small knife to be able to carve, to be able to put in, superimpose, and be able to trick color. It was not like this. But today technology has even made it easier for you. And that is why you should take it more serious. Don't allow that person to come in. If somebody wants to come in here, let that person go to school. Let that person go and learn it. Let that person belong to the profession. But you shouldn't come to the as a quack to want to come and take that which belongs to you. I think it's important that in this conference, for us to go back, our young ones, the youth who are here, and our elderly people who are here, we must form a synergy, like we have been saying here. We must collaborate and we must try. It doesn't mean that any part of Nigeria you are, when you are called upon by the printer in that region, and directed by the president of Sipon, or where you are members in the public sector, you need to rise. Because if you don't rise, it will be too late. You are seeing the economy today. You are seeing every situation today. We cannot print. We are here now. Diesel is about 800 per liter. And the other challenge we have with Nigeria, each time there is a upsurge in price, high in price, it has never come down. It has never come down. And if we have time, we can tell you from history when they began to increase the fuel price. From the issue of the 7 kobo to 11 kobo to now, we can begin to tell you that one was still using 20 kobo, 10 kobo to take transport board. As the fuel increases, it moved to 50 kobo to 1 naira like that to today now. You are talking of 200, 300 naira. This 200 naira you are talking is a whole salary of a man, and you collect to live a whole month with family. And you live and you manage it. But today you are using it. I don't know whether you can buy granite again. I don't know what you can buy. So Congress, I think it's very, very important that all of us rise. Thank you.
Congress speak. looks like one thing is leading to another. Government's already said to you that policies can be made, but you need to have the pressure group. Pressure group people are already talking to you now, but the next question, and I'm going to have Comrade Babajide Salako talk about this. It's nice everything that we have had here today, but it comes down to those of us that are sitting down here. How many of us are really ready to do what is needful? Comrade talked about we resist to exist. Are we willing to resist? When the pressure group comes up and says this is what we need to do, how many of us are really willing to be able to put our back into it? I'm going to let Comrade Babajide Salako take that part and just give us your view on what you have seen about printers. Are they willing to make this happen, or is this just going to be a theoretical thing?
Good afternoon once again, and to my fellow discussants, thank you very much. The earlier speakers have spoken a lot, and I'm not going to deviate, and I agree in totality with what each and individual has spoken about here today. I want to take us back to the opening speech of our president, Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria, Mr. Ebima Lomon, when he said that it takes a village. I wouldn't know how we're able to digest this particular phrase from the president when he said it takes a village. Do you all agree that every one of us present here, we are villagers? Please, do we all agree that we are all here a villager? Probably you don't understand. It takes a village. What the president is trying to say is that it takes every individual present here to fight for the cause of printing business to remain profitable again. By extension, every aspect of our profession, every value chain, our ecosystem to which we individually belong, we have to stand up to do our own bit in achieving this result, the expected result. How do I mean? We belong to different categories of printing profession. Packaging, photography, prepress, you have digital and all that, secure printing. Every aspect of this value chain, we have professionals practicing their profession. So we all have to stand up as individuals to fight our own cause. Nobody will do it for us. We are talking about advocacy. We are talking about collaboration. We are talking about industrial integrity. We are talking about training and retraining. And we are talking about what are the tools that we need to achieve all these objectives. Now, talking from the background of our institute that I represent, Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria, we have a lot of the issues we have discussed here today are already in the framework that I have here with me. And I will implore every one of us to please visit the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers stand to have a copy of some of these documents. Now, we will also be talking about cluster arrangements. One of the areas for us to really organize ourselves as a professional individuals is to identify and belong to a particular cluster. Professor has mentioned this in his submission earlier. Now, we have, like I said earlier, we have the flexo printing cluster, we have packaging printing cluster. In these clusters, you come as a group in that cluster. You have to define what is your own rules and regulation. How do you want to operate how do you do your costing? How do you do your pricing under your cluster? Such that if an interloper comes in and is not belonging to your cluster, he may not be able to operate unless he join you. So these are some of the areas by which, through our own group and at our own grassroots level, we can make our profession more profitable. Because we find out that printing is becoming an out-kind commercial job, which shouldn't be. So, but we should be able to identify those that are truly professional. And one of that aspects going forward is for you to also register with the institute. As a body, SIPON is saddled with the regulation and making laws concerning printing business. It's an act of parliament, it's not an individual something. It's a government-owned regulation. So it is incumbent on every one of us to be part of this institute and to give support to what the institute stands for our own benefit. I think I will have to stop for now. Thank you.
So key words from this conference today, vocabularies that we're picking up, Boko Harams of the print value chain. So you want to start to decide by yourself, who am I really? Am I in the Boko Haram sector of printing business? Or am I the one who wants to work by himself, just wants to work in silos? The key thing that we're talking about also today is totally about collaboration. So it's either you collaborate or your business dies. I mean, that's just what it is at the end of the day. To wrap up this session, I'm going to let the president of SIPON speak again because this is about collectively doing something together so that the Publisher Association has already said we need printers. You know, I also know that SIPON is working also with NCT. So instead of us all working in different places like that, can we have a rallying point? Can we come together? And we need to define how that is going to happen. So, President, sir.
Thank you very much. I think I am learning a lot of things today. Everywhere I go to, I try as much as possible to learn. And I try as much as possible to listen to what people are saying. Our President of Publishing, thank you very much. You know, I want to talk about piracy. Piracy is real. And one of the things we have done since we came on board was the fact that printing was kind of isolated from the other value chain. Now, the publisher, the printer, the bookseller, the author, the librarian, we are now together in a group. And that group is called the Book Trust. And we discuss a lot of things. And we are collaborating. And in fairness to them, I was giving to the publisher, particularly also the former president of the Publishers Association, brought us in so that we can be able to work together. But before that, pirates, who are the pirates? We always argue that pirates are not agenda. So, I'm working with Nigeria Copyright Commission to pick people that are pirates. Also, sometimes ago also, some people were caught bringing books that were not published, that were not printed in Nigeria by the Nigeria Copyright Commission. So those people were not printers, and they are not our people. So I want to clarify that. The second thing we have done again is that we are actually concerned about piracy. And in our value chain or in our cluster, we have identified some areas that are susceptible to counterfeiting and pirating. we have 3 of such. 1, security printing. 2, book production. 3, packaging. And we tag all these as secure print. Now, for you to be able to do any of these 3, you need not just a license that ordinary printer gets. The stake has been taken a bit higher. So that what you are doing, what the Copyright Commission law says you should do, we are enforcing it. So that at the end of the day, if you are a book printer, I'm not talking about maybe someone going to print 200 books, 300 books, no. When you are printing voluminous book, you have to get a special license for that. That's very key. On the issue of paper again, we are talking about profit. We realize that, just like Princess has said, without paper there is nothing we can do. If dollar continue to be the denominator of our paper, we would have a business. And because of that, I was hoping that the representative of the minister will talk about that. We have been collaborating, including LCCI, and we are coming up with a paper summit. That's another level of collaboration, where all of us will come together and will try and create a roadmap that will produce paper in Nigeria. That you can be assured of. I will say that also, without all of us doing the needful, without all of us seeing ourselves as our brother's keeper, everything we continue to do will just be noise. Even if we are looking at pirates, look at our election now, you can't read where you are not popular. It's only the place you are popular you can read. But if all of us come together and come to a cluster, we know among ourselves who are the people that are capable of sabotaging our efforts. And once that they know that you know, we are creating a channel of communication through your cluster that you can address all these things. I want to urge everyone that is here, if you have not been able to be part of what SIPON is doing, SIPON has a stand there. Go there, pick up the leaflets, and let all of us together work to change the fortune of our industry. Finally, I want to talk about price regulation. I know it's a very sensitive, cannot regulate. We are not empowered to regulate, but permit me to use it, we can regulate through the back door. We can regulate like operation. Now, this is what we have done. Let's say I have a lot of people from Ikorodu. If you are from Ikorodu, can I say that? Thank you. Now, you are from Ikorodu, you join the SIPON cluster. Among yourself, before anybody comes in, we recognize you as this is the SIPON XYZ cluster in Ikorodu. If somebody wants to join you, before you can grant any license to join you, they must be part of your cluster. At your own cluster level, you have rules and regulations. You can decide that, okay, we are doing CTP, we want to do it at a range of 5,000 to 5,500 naira. None of your members should do beyond that. Of course, before you determine that rate also, we look at all the parameters and we see that you are not trying to make more than enough money, but you are making enough money to be able to survive. So, if any of your members now violates that, I'm not going to come from where I am to come and meet you. You are the one that will know. You will now report to your cluster management committee. The cluster management committee will go in and sanction that person. To the extent that you can even recommend to us working together that the license of that person should be revoked. So you see, what we are doing at cluster level is that we are giving you the power to be able to do what? Regulate your own business at your local level. But if you are not a member of SIPON, you can't even do that. So that's one reason that all of us should go there, collect the form, ask question, even some of the things we have said here, if you feel that some of the things are not even acceptable to you, you can come back to tell us. We just had our election, and at the election, at the AGM, something important happened. The council came up with a bit of regulation, and at the AGM said no. We don't want this regulation. Let's amend it like this. The power actually rests with you. Until you come in, you can't use the power. Thank you very much.
I'd like to say very big thank you to all our discussants. It's been an insightful one indeed. Let's give a round of applause to this one. If you permit us, just briefly, we're going to entertain questions so that you know. Yes, so can we have another mic? Okay, sir, the gentleman in green, yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My president, member of the IT, one other protocol duly observed. My name is Prince Tadeshi Taiwo, member Expo from Abuja. I want to appreciate all our discussants. And I pick 3 points for a brief comment. One is that I want us to decide and agree that we will form synergy from this table so that we can harmonize all these positions and chart a way forward. Secondly, to our madam that is representing the minister, there will be need for us to work together further. I'm aware that last year and 2 years ago, the president has been visiting your ministry. And from even your book, printer is rated as artisan in your book. And for just an artisan, there is little you are expecting to give. We are more than artisan as a printer. We are technologists. And yes, we are technologists. And we are also managers. From what the president of Google said, you have to know how to calculate. You have to know how to manage. You manage human being, you manage equipment. Also, there are sometimes you even need to practice science. You mix color. You also you operate computers. So before it's in the higher institution, they said I'm doing computer science. Now it is ICT. So once whatever you are going to however you are going to rate us, to really capture the trends of modern technology print. Also, if your ministry would just be kind to spend 1/10 of what you invested in sugar industry, in printing industry, the area will be better for us. Because in our value chains, we employ millions of skilled and unskilled labor. Even the sugar is wrapped in paper to sell. So if you can just do 10%, appeal to our honorable minister, just 10% support, we collaborate. Madam Okeowo has always been there for us, and he has brought a proposal of some what do we call it, paper mill of a small capacity that we can do in cluster. For us to do that, we need the support of your ministry, and we will appreciate if you can work for us. If you can form an ombudsman that will look into this and see how this can come into reality, so that not only Nigerian printings stay in Nigeria. The paper we are going to use will also generated or manufactured in Nigeria too, so that it doesn't become like oil, where we produce it there, take it there, and still use our money to import it. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I'm not sure you told us your name.
My name is Studies in Cairo from Abuja. Thank you.
Martha, do you want to? I noticed that there are certain things you said that you were not sure about.
Regarding this issue about printers giving class, writers, artisans, by what organization?
What is this? Manpower, National Manpower Board. All right. All this is when we have anything to do with them. And they ask you, what are you? I say, I'm a printer. What is it? It's you. Even in national identity cards, when you want to say you are a printer, they say right artisan.
It's you that causes it.
Okay, sir.
You see, there are three damages professionals do unto themselves.
Yeah.
The damage from ignorance, delegated damage, and intentional damage. When you call yourself a printer, you have not given us an identity that goes beyond artisanship. If you listen to me when I was talking, I said our curriculum should provide for artisans, technologists, and managerial capacity. If you bring in certificate of technical college to my press, you are an artisan. But you are a trainee, but you spend the next 18 months with me before you become an artisan. Then you bring in HND into the press, you are a technologist, you are not an artisan. You bring in MSc printing technology or ink chemistry in, you are a managerial practitioner in a particular area. The level of knowledge and certification determines the name you call yourself. That is the answer.
And you bring principal certificate from
Why you put a professional? So, on the other issue, two quick one. Let us borrow a leaf from South Africa. Printers, graphic artists, publishers, lithographers, librarians, all of them gathered together to create a company called Saki, which is the paper mill. We can do similar. We are large enough, we are rich enough, we are knowledgeable enough. You see, nobody is going to make Nigeria better for Nigerians. It's Nigerians themselves. Any Chinese or German or British or American that comes here is a businessman. He must get return for his investment. But you are more than being a business person. You are a Nigerian national. You owe your own support to be an economy of pride. And it's a necessity. So it is important we know that.
Yes, Mr. Abayo, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ajayi Abayomi. I'm a member of Association of Professional Printers of Nigeria and also a member of the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers. I have three questions, the three different people here. I want to start first with my professor because going through your profile, you are from the educational sector. And you mentioned one of your speech that relates to the SIPON or industry partnering with some colleges of, technical colleges and polytechnics in developing our industry. But my little experience and observation is that some of these polytechnics, because about 5-7 years ago, I happened to partner with the Lagos Polytechnic in running of their printing press. I moved all my equipment for that project, and they have a department called Art and Design, and they have a mass communication. Under mass communication, students were trained in some little aspect of printing and whatever. So this time they send the students to my printing press as part of my responsibility in protecting them. They come to ask me some questions. And those questions, even their lecturers does not know what they are teaching the students. I'm sorry to say this. Because they come and ask me some questions. I say, do you know what they are telling you? But they don't know. And this by implication, Lagos Polytechnic as a case study, they do not have a printing press, a printing equipment, and they are taking the students printing, especially those in mass communication, printing option. They don't have. So how can these students be well trained and graduated? So the reason is that I want you to take it as a message to the authority. They should make sure that this this polytechnics actually have the right training equipment for them, so that we can be able to back up people graduating on that aspect. That is to you, sir. The second one is to the representative of the Minister of Trade and Investment. In Nigeria, I know people have a Federal Executive Council meeting, and there are some important issues that need to be discussed in that place. Printing is not put in a position it deserves in Nigeria. As one of the major, if not the major employers of labor in Nigeria, in the government where they are campaigning for entrepreneurial development, job creation, and whatever. The least printer in Nigeria have at least 2 or 3 staffs, either apprentices or trainees. And by the time you go to the bigger press, some of printing directors here have less than 20, 30, 50 staffs in their company. So how can we not have represent? As of today, we should have a minister of printing. Yes, so that they will be solved by stakeholders. And these are some of the reasons why when some of us go to bank of industry or financial institution, we want to take finances or this by equipment. They say what printing. They say printing is not viable. That some people have actually got and they have not paid back. You know, it sounds strange. And if the government is looking at this and they are keeping quiet, how can we develop our industry? How can we even stop taking jobs outside the country? So the federal government should declare a state of emergency. Our president has done a lot in advocacy trying to take this to the government, but we are waiting for that day, that particular moment that we are going to be put in our rightful position in this country. Thank you very much.
So I lost track. What question that was for Doctor?
Well, let me quickly say this. We do not really understand the different features of elements of education. Polytechnics in Nigeria that are offering printing as a core professional course, they are not up to 10. And I start to be challenged. Apart from Kabino Poly, which is number 1, Yaba 10, number 2, Kano has 1, local electric still is now. And the College of Education happens to also have a very good and a few others. But what I want to tell you is this. The syllabus you are teaching is not printing syllabus. It is mass communication syllabus. And the lecture under that stream is called Printing Appreciation, not printing. For you as a journalist to be able to understand that you need to know a little bit of printing, or you may find a job that has to do with printers. That is the purpose of that course. So I'm sure you yourself, with what you have told us, you have already given those children over syllabus. But you are teaching them like a printer. It's just like if you want to learn to be a laundry man, a washerman, and they now tell you tailoring appreciation.
appreciation. Do you understand? So that when the button of the customer's cloth you can use it right. That is the purpose. And it's only going to be at ND level, which is OND level. Then when you go to the polytechnic that teaches printing, you now come face to face with printing subjects, estimation, design, production management, color management. Under this science, I spent 6 weeks looking at size management in printing. And I can tell you one of the results. While I was in academic press, as a marketing controller, I led the research team. We reduced annual report from Fusca to A4 size. And banks and oil companies that were doing annual report we were able to save them with about 16% of the cost of the size. So that shows you that printing is just like an elephant. If you touch the belly, you say it's very soft. When you touch the head, you say it's hard. Somebody who touch the tail, you say different thing. So we must really get that right. So, but when we are called to come and teach printing, we must bear it in mind. We want to give understanding and appreciation of that subject to that level. So, but the point we need to raise is that government should set up more departments or more polytechnics to teach and practice printing. We need more polytechnics to own their own department for training purpose. Because the one you talk about, Lagos Poly, they might have a printing press, but it's only to produce their consumables. It's not to teach. Last class is to provide their consumables, not to teach. But we need training grant for printers where they can acquire ND, HND, postgraduate diploma, and a degree of master. For example, analysis paper to analyze paper. So it's a very wide
being called upon to come and talk and every other thing. The reason why I'm thanking you guys is that I've heard about this event on radio, and my company has been with AgroFood for the past 5 years, and I made up my mind that I'm a stakeholder in the area of printing. In 2006, I published the first farmer magazine in Nigeria called Farmer Magazine. I also lectured at the university. I nearly published one of the innovative books in Nigeria. That's why I said I'm a stakeholder. I'm meeting the head of publisher here today for the first time. I had never heard about this. But the reason why I'm saying all these things is Nipex. Nipex consists all the members of value sharing.
So right now it's paper that has opened their eyes.
We need to panel at a very wonderful because we have on the panel. But I want to add to what each has said, especially as regards synergy of our council do. The National Book Council will be a government trust, and in our discussion, we should be able to bring this to the table of the government to have a National Book Council. Now, the National Book Council will be an agency of government that will be in charge of printing, publishing, and other book matters in Nigeria. And of course, when this happens, of course, because it's a government agency, then the stakeholders will also be part of this council. So we should take this, because that is one of the things that is making, probably the publishing industry or the print, not to be well recognized or at the background. And there are other countries of the world that have this kind of agency. In fact, that council will also be in charge of book fairs. You see, in countries where things work and succeed, you see that government is in full support. in all these other countries like India, like China, you know, when they organize book fair, we talk about, you know, they have fantastic print business and paper companies and what have you. It is not the private sector that is doing it alone. The government is also in full support. The government is financing. So we need the government to also support. And I remember that in 2004, my president will remember, Igwe late MP of blessed memory led the publishers and printers to meet with President Obasanjo in Abuja. You know, that is synergy. So we should go back to that and form a common voice and go back to government. That we want the government to establish a national book council, such that all the stakeholders will also be part of that agency. But to be a government agency so that we can have the full support of the government. Thank you very much.
Okay, that will be the last question for the day.
Everybody, my name is Joseph Adiren. I'm a member journalist of Printers of Nigeria and an Agege printer. I appreciate everybody that has spoken today. I don't want to go back to all what they have said. But there's one important thing I want us to know. I want to come back to my people. We printers. The way we lay our bed is the way we are lying on it. You see, we are the ones helping the Boko Haram of printers, the so-called portfolio printers. We are the ones. When we get printing jobs, what we do is we now take our customer, our clients, we take it to the computer center. This is where we are going to, because we wanted to make just little money. And I will start the work from there because of that strength. They now learn when you now go as a professional, you don't meet anybody that wants to give you a job. They will say, you just go and cut the blades after the hardware. After all, I'm giving you the hardware. Even when they just type something and give to you, they will say they are giving you the hardware already. They forgot that you still need to go and design. It's we that causes it, and this is where education comes to play. Let us try as much as possible. When we are trained, we are trained as if you learn from anywhere, try as much as possible to improve on your own. I think that will be very important for us. Let us tell ourselves. I like what they are doing in Akure sometimes ago. One of my members from Agege traveled to Akure. He was carrying plates up and down. He wanted to do a job for somebody over there. Do you know that Akure printers had to call me as the chairman from Agege before he was released? Before he was allowed to do any job. These are things we ought to be doing. When you see all these guys that we supply also in the stores, when they come outside, because they see the volume of money you collect and every month is done, they've forgotten that you still need to pay a lot of money to the paper sellers from this something. So what they do is, when they come on helping them, let us desist from this. If we are able to identify that this person is not a printer, deal with them as the way you deal with them. So that's your job. If they don't give it to you, forget it. Another one will come. God will help everyone of us.
I'd just like to recognize the presence of the President of the Booksellers Association, Mr. Dari Oluwatui. Mr. Dari, if you are in the audience, please just wave to us. Thank you very much. We welcome you specially. We will go into the next agenda now. which is going to be a communique that will be presented by Comrade John Ushi. Let's give him a round of applause. Announcement. People who will register for the events tomorrow will get a mock office and do your registration. The first is the Nigerian job remain in Nigeria. Again, a mock. Thank you.
Also, really thank all the sponsors that are here as a way of having a community. Try to join presented here today. Number one, we had all listened to the first paper. We also went into discussion. We are listening to all our discussion, and also we tend to have some few points that we take it down. Of course, will also be used from henceforth to move on. And one thing we look at here is policy, and that the policy of taking jobs abroad should stop from henceforth. We're giving to our printers who have the capacity and who are here in the country so that they can print it and we can avoid capital flow. That federal government should bring zero importations of printing agreements to materials such as machines, papers, ink, lubricant, consumable, and etc. Instead of us paying more tariff on imported materials, printing materials, which can cost the printing job to become very, very expensive in the country, and then there is no tariff at all on the job that they send outside to be printed in Nigeria. That federal government should help for withdraw imported materials, printing materials to the country, so that the printers can be able to function and to survive in the industry. The third community is that SIPON should collaborate with higher institutions and technical schools to create printing department curriculums to begin training of our youth from secondary to tertiary. One is that the federal government should, as a matter of urgency, revive all aid and volume paper manufacturing companies in the country. These papers will have functioned. But the federal government has privatized the people who got it know nothing about the manufacture of paper, and they have left that industry moribund. If you go to the industry today, you go to Okuboko, you go to all those areas like Okuboko for instance, you will still see brand new machines that are still in the park that were not installed. But all those things were bought by, they are all promised by the privatized, and today we are done. I say that it's important because if they will revive you, they can call on this and tell what who are here. We can have one or two things to contribute and to make that to work, and that will also help the entire leaders of the country to have the relief in terms of the printing papers. The fifth community is that, again, that to make printing job profitable, that SIPON as an institute with the authority to regulate should begin to implement the law against squats and non-professionals, which we are referring to here in Johnny and Google around, so that we can be able to sanitize this printing industry. The sixth community is that some professionals in this industry should also come together and become paper to help reduce the high cost of printing papers in Nigeria. And the seventh is that all printers should register as members of SIPON as their professional grading. That's 7 points that are put so far. And maybe we'll have some writing to add since the minister presenting is here. It will be important, I'm sure the organizers will also send it to the minister. So let me thank creating this platform for the printing industry professionals to assemble here this afternoon. Solidarity forever. Yeah, somebody says solidarity is done by the Agoro. The Agoro will say to be. Solidarity is done by the trade unions. People like you who are sound that articulate and work on that time.
Thank you so much, sir. We're grateful. I started off to give you a soundly thank you once again, sir. It's a wonderful communication conference. We're coming to a close soon. Before we go back to the exhibition hall, I want to especially thank all the discussants, all the key stakeholders, and the keynote address speaker. We want to say a very big thank you for being part of this. Your time is of a great value to us and we appreciate it. So thank you. Then we also want to say a special thank you to the representative of the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. Thank you, and as we go back, we wish you a safe journey. So we're going back to the exhibition hall for the exhibition to continue. Then tomorrow we're having another conference, and first 50 people to register for the conference. The conference is Entrepreneurship and Innovation Summit tomorrow. So the first 50 people that register get a mug as a gift. Thank you.
Comrade John Michel, National President of National Printing, Publishing and Paper Product Corporation, Nigeria. We are here for the 2022 Nipex. These have been an experience since 2008 that we started attending the Nipex. Number one, Nipex has been a very, very important platform for all the Nigerian printers and professionals to be able to assemble. And first, let me thank God for the wisdom and His grace upon the organizer, who is the chief executive, of this DCS, for thinking about this very profession and setting up this platform, which have been able to harmonize each and every one of us together today. As we talk about SIPON, as we talk about every other profession, it is this very Nipex that has been able to us. We must remain grateful to the director of this company, DCS, for thinking and organizing this. Now, today is very, very key in our life. We have been able to interact with some key actors in this profession. We've seen the president of the Publishers Association, with SIPON, also with some of our academia who have given us a very inspirational paper, and of course which have led to a very robust discussion which was done this afternoon. So I think going forward with the community we have, which of course we are empowered to also elaborate and also on it and be able to make it more formidable, including some things that we discussed that may not be captured there, so that the federal government will know that there is one important industry that can be used as a tool to even do something or completely eradicate the issue of insecurity. I tell you, if the federal government would make it as a point of industrial school, printing to be almost in all our universities across the nation, where younger people, youth can go to learn this trade, because this is a trade that as you graduate and you come out, you will be able to begin to practice it and to make money. It's not like all other professions where you come out and you are now waiting to get a job. And that is one of the most important aspects about this printing technology, which we think that the government should have on this as a way of reducing the insurgency that is all over the country. And this is very important. And secondly, it is, a money-making, industry. Government should, as a matter of fact, revamp all the government printing presses now that is owned by the newspaper houses, that is owned by the government. It should not be looked down, because that is a very great profession they want to throw away. And once there is no printing, there is nothing like a nation, because people will go blind. Forget about the technology we are talking about. People are thinking that today the ICT has come to take over printing. But I tell you, it is not true, because if you are a printer, a professional printer, when somebody designs a job, even a complimentary card or even an invitation card, you look at it, you look at the quality, you look at it to show whether it is printing or it is not. Because it's not everything that you garbage in and garbage out the system that you can say that it is printing. So printing has its own in-house style, printing has its own techniques, and printing must be followed. So therefore, government should not ignore it. Government should declare, let me say that government should declare, a case of emergency in the printing industry, so that printing can also come to help the economy to grow and to stand. Thank you.